Through it. Out there she is, to Audrey outside. We're doing garden talk. Audrey.
Thank you, Tucker. Isn't this beautiful? I love this.
It is.
Well, a lot of people are hosting Easter and Passover gatherings in the next few days or so, and you might get a seasonal gift of some plants or some flowers, but a lot of people don't really know how to take care of them. Now, we can tell you that there are ways to make all your plants and flowers last a little bit longer if you know what to do. So Derek Thomas is here from Thomas Landscaping to kind of give us some tips this morning on how to keep our stuff looking fresh for a lot longer.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is that the biggest and most important piece is knowing what the plant is and what conditions it's going to need. So, for instance, the lilies, which we've now named Easter lily, but it's a lilium, so it's in the lily family. They like full sun and very, very rich soil, whereas the Gerber daisy prefers a little bit more rocky soil, but also full sun. And your hyacinth, which is the beautiful, fragrant purple one that we have there, and it comes in other colors, it's a ephemeral spring bulb, which means it will grow, and after a period of time, it's done. Now, the hydrangea, which is a great gift plant, and a lot of people wonder why it's a little bit more pricey than the lilies and stuff like that, is because a hydrangea, after it has bloomed, what you want to do, and I'm going to actually get rid of one of these blooms to show the viewers. You want to take and you want to cut it right below where the bloom came out. Okay, so you want to remove that when the bloom is spent. Take this and put it out into your garden. And this is one from last year. If you are challenged with your space, you can actually plant it in a pot, and a hydrangea will grow and bloom in a pot for years to come.
Wow, that is really good to know, because they're so beautiful.
Yeah, they are gorgeous. Now, hydrangeas prefer a little bit more shaded.
Okay.
Now, I want to do a little project for the viewers. So say that you don't have a garden, but you want to have a mix of plants all year long. What we're going to start out with, these are tulips, and the tulips are done. They're spent.
Right.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these in as the first layer. Okay, so these bulbs are going to go down. Now, like I said, once these, I'm going to go ahead and cut these away just for illustrative purposes. But once these turn completely yellow this year, if you're doing a container like this, you plant these down, you plant them a little bit lower than what you were anticipating. Now what we can do is, those bulbs are at the right depth to come back next year. What we can now do is we can create a seasonal planter that is going to be gorgeous all season long. That's a begonia. It's a tuberous begonia. And this is a plant that's called Creeping Charlie. And then in the back, we're going to pop in, for a little bit of color and contrast, we're going to pop in a coral bell. Now, you've created a beautiful container that's going to stay on your patio, on your front door, on your entry, all season long. And the great thing about it is, next year, the coral bells, the Creeping Charlie are going to come back, and the tulips are going to come up next spring on cue.
So I don't have to worry about my tulip bulbs.
You don't have to worry about the tulip bulbs being buried underneath. Absolutely not. So you'll get like double bang for the buck with that container.
I was going to say, now what about lilies? Because that's such a Easter kind of thing, Passover.
Right. The same thing, they will come back every year. Make sure that you do a really rich loam, and what you want to do is cut them off below the lowest bloom. A lot of people want to just cut it here. Well, if you leave the seed head, that saps the plant from energy. So cut it below the lowest bloom, put it outside in good rich loam, and you'll have lilies for years to come.
So that's deadheading with a purpose, right?
Deadheading with a purpose, absolutely. And if you know, like I said, if you know the plant, things like the daffodils, which are sold now, they can be put into your garden in a sunny or in a shaded location, and you can enjoy those for years to come.
Now, suppose you don't have much of a green thumb, you just want to keep them. How long could you realistically just keep them looking pretty?
Indoors?
Indoors.
A few weeks indoors. Make sure that you don't let the soil mass dry out. Remember that these plants have been forced, which means that hydrangea should look like this. Okay, so make sure that you keep it moist moist because it's been forced into bloom. If you keep it moist and you don't have a lot of leaf loss, you can take that plant and put it outdoors, and it should rebloom for you this summer.
Derek, that's some great, really great advice. I had no idea. I think about all the hydrangeas I've tossed.
That you've tossed, right? Stop tossing the hydrangeas.
I will. Now that I know, I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
The Fox 5 weather app. Look 10 days ahead or hour by hour. View today's video forecast and radar that can pinpoint your neighborhood free at your app store or Android market.